All right, so this is round one of a vintage league. We're gonna play Esper PO. This is probably going to be pretty close to what I'll be playing for the playoffs this weekend. Nothing really new and innovative. It's pretty similar to what the stock PO lists are looking like nowadays. Um, Worth noting, we have a Yogwill over something like a Cruise. We have two heals, no Caracas in the main, but we're looking at balance in the sideboard. I do still think that Tinker package is the best package. And as such, you include both Slow Tutors, Mystical, and Vampiric. It's still like there's still flexible slots here. There's still room to play around with the spells that are in the deck, and there's still room to play around with a certain number of these sideboard slots as well. So yeah, let's get some practice in. All right, we got our match versus Art here. Big Nasif fan and moderator. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, this is a turn one PO hand. You don't mulligan these, and you jam it up. You just straight jam them. There's really no reason to play around things like Mindbreak Trap. If you get trapped, you get trapped. We're probably going to just fire off our PO for 2 here. And hopefully it'll set us up in a place where we can overpower our opponent. We don't really have to replay our Mana Crypt after either. I'd rather get a basic in play, just in case we end up against something like Shops. This is not the PO Storm deck, so you can get away with plays like this. Yeah, how's it going, man? If this eats a mental misstep. It'd be unfortunate if it eats a mental misstep, but that's kind of how it goes. We could not play it, but it doesn't really save us anything. So, this is interesting. Next turn we'll have 2 blue and 4 mana. We kind of want this opal, and then we want to crack away the other 2. So, Lotus, Pearl, Opal. We want Opal because it's a reusable source of blue mana for PO. We're going to try to snap PO next turn. I actually think that because we're going to try to snap PO next turn, it's actually worthwhile to play out our Time Vault. Obviously, that exposes our Time Vault and puts our Mana Crypt in play, but I actually think that's perfectly reasonable here. Our opponent is on Tundra Pass. We get to draw our Opal. I would rather not get Flusterstormed, so what I'm going to do is play the Opal and we're going to pass the turn. There's really no reason to run into a Flusterstorm on open mana here. We can do it at their end step, though. That's perfectly fine. Tavern on Human, probably Lavinia, maybe. That certainly is an issue. That certainly is a huge punish. Any of the zeros that we return here, we're not necessarily going to be able to replay. We can, of course, use our Snapcaster Mage as an Ambush Viper. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap my and PO my top and my vault. And probably my crypt as well. Alternatively, we can crack and spin. We know that 2 of our top 3 cards are duds. But if we crack and spin and see a Force of Will and a blue card, we can snap PO. Well, this is on human, so we can't really counter this anyway. For a repeal, maybe. Let's look at what happens when we spin here. I am going to get an Underground. See, they could play Wasteland for sure, but we did find a Force, but we can't force this. This is still fine though. Another 1-mana spell. Yeah, this is acceptable. Let's do it. I'm not sure if this plays 100% correct, but it's certainly a punish for not doing the PO on our turn. I just thought it was pretty reasonable to play around Flusterstorm. Look, we found a repeal, so nothing to worry about. We now know they don't have a Force of Will, most likely, so we're going to just try to go off this turn here. We can repeal this Lavinia, play our Mana Crypt, Time Walk, snap Time Walk. We have spins and all kinds of good stuff here. This should be a win from this position. We do need a land, but we'll get a land. But we found a PO, that's even better. This is what I'm saying that, oh, I need to find a land to, I see what you're saying. I need to find a land to bounce this Lavinia. That's pretty funny. Hopefully we'll find it off Time Walk then. We also have a Preordain. You can just look with a Preordain. We have enough blue cards, it should be fine. As much as we do want another Paradoxical, we're gonna bottom because we do need a land. We didn't find a land. Let's do the spin and Time Walk. I was really hoping we would not have to do this, but there's a Rainforest and a key. That's super interesting. Yeah, we don't want to crack. So we can actually just Time Walk and win on the next turn. That's fine. The only thing that could happen is they could counter our Time Walk, because we cannot force back at the moment. It's actually fine to draw us play this land here as well, actually. Wonder if they do have a Force. Alright, so I'm not going to crack away the key. So, I think I would like to repeal this Lavinia beforehand anyways, just as insurance. And it also draws us our key. Alright. I feel like I could have sequenced the ending plays there slightly better, but we had such an overwhelming card advantage that it wasn't really going to matter. I believe our opponent's on some kind of blue-white or Esper humans. I think a balance is probably good here. It's tough to say if Flusterstorm is super good here, but we definitely want a Caracas. I'll trade out an island for a Caracas. I don't really want to board down on. Actually, I think I'd rather trade out one of my fetch lands for a Caracas, because I think they could still be playing Wastelands, and I would like to have 2 islands if possible. This isn't typically the deck where you want slow tutors. It's not really a deck where you want Hurkyl's Recall. So we might end up going back to... We'll probably take Flusterstorm, even though it's a little awkward. They're still going to play all the powerful blue spells, even if they're on a creature-based deck. And I would venture to say they might have Stony Silence, so Fragmentize might be worthwhile. Though Remora could do something similar. You put an Emrakul the Promised End in which deck, PO? Could work in PO. I haven't tried it yet. You don't really have a wild range of spells, so you're still paying a lot of mana for Emrakul, but you do end up with a lot of mana just because of your mana base. I don't know. Give it a shot. See how it goes. I want to bring in this Fragmentize for a possible Stony Silence. This looks pretty good. Definitely keep. Let me know how the sound is on the mic. I'm trying a different spot on the table. So, alright, that's good to hear. Oh, we actually have some options here. I would like to try to bait a counter spell before trying to resolve something like Scroll Ancestral. Yo, how's it going, Mike? I'd like to do a Scroll Ancestral here, but we have a lot of other choices. I think the best start is almost always Night's Whisper. Lotus we probably are going to crack for blue, so I kind of actually do like starting Delta Night's Whisper. This would probably bait a Flusterstorm. No, this is probably what I'm playing this weekend, so I figured I'd get a little bit of practice in. If they have a Spell Pierce or a Flusterstorm, this will bait it. Interesting. So a Force is nice. So we can actually go Lotus. I mean, they could Spell Pierce this, but it's a little late for that. Let's use our Opal before we do this Brainstorm. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to bait a if there's a misstep, I'm gonna try to bait it. No misstep. Well, I definitely want. I only get to keep one of these because we're gonna Merchant Scroll. I believe I'm going to keep. It's actually a little unfortunate. I'd like to keep Snap for Snap Ancestral, and it's probably still the best play, but we don't really have the mana for it if we do get counterspelled. It does give us the option to keep Forcible up without losing our PO, though. I do want to top as well, but I'll top, and we'll see. We don't have to Merchant Scroll. I still think we're supposed to, though. I could see an argument to that being not the case. I think, yeah, I think it could certainly be the case. I would have Flusterstorm Night's Whisper, so I really don't think they have Flusterstorm. They could easily have. They had Flusterstorm. Wow. Okay. In that position, if I'm the opponent, I think you're supposed to Flusterstorm this Night's Whisper, but we definitely got there for sure. I just think it's wrong. I'm not gonna play around my opponent making what I think is a suboptimal play. They should Flusterstorm the Night's Whisper. I think it's a super good cash-in. But I don't know. I'm gonna force this with PO. I'm not super happy about it though. We get forced back, but that's fine. I think it's like a very, very strong play to fluster the Night's Whisper. I think if you're not flustering Night's Whisper there, then I don't think you have a high enough evaluation of how good Night's Whisper is in this kind of matchup. This could be wrong as well. I think I'm going to go for it though. This PO is going to take a while to be good. This could get forced back. It does. We're really going to look to hit they force pitching Mindbreak Trap. Wow, they had a trap too. They must have just drawn the trap, or they would have probably trapped the Ancestral, right? That's a lot of counter magic. It's gonna be quite hard for us to beat that kind of hand. Fluster Force Trap Ancestral is like an insane. What the hell is going on? That is going to kill us. Wow. Okay. What is our opponent playing? I did not see that coming. Alright, if we draw another land, we can snap Ancestral, which is pretty good. I'm a little hesitant to shuffle here, to play down basics here, but I think it's actually worthwhile to play out this time vault. Well, he pitched the mind break to force it. Well, Fluster. Oh my, that's a Sword of Fire and Ice. Fluster is like typically the more powerful spell against PO than Trap. You can play around Trap if you know about it. It's like almost impossible to play around Flusterstorm. Incredibly, incredibly hard to play around Flusterstorm. So my opponent has to have. I'm gonna just go for it. I can't get mana drained from this point. I don't know. Really no reason to wait anymore. I don't need to fetch there. I can probably wait until after this Snapcaster resolves. Oh, this resolved, nice. So we're gonna Ancestral here. We drew basically the best two cards in our deck. Land, land. We get to resolve an Ancestral. We get to put a Snapcaster so that they can't play anything like Standstill. Really, really good for us. That is the upside to jam. This is like the really big upside to jamming that Merchant Scroll on turn 1, is because we were able to get Ancestral, and even though they countered it and put it in the yard, we have a Snapcaster Mage to buy it back. Oh, that's not exactly a combo with the cards that are currently in play, but it certainly punishes my Time Vault play. My opponent has some very interesting cards that I definitely was not playing around very well. Yeah. So we could actually skip our turn. Our opponent has to pay for both Null Rod and Sword, but then they can still equip their Kitaki Swing, kill our Snapcaster Mage. This is about as close as I've been to skipping a turn in a while. If we had a card in our hand that would let us bounce this Null Rod. Wait, they can't put the sword on unless they lose the Null Rod. I actually think this is a very good opportunity to skip a turn. They do get to draw a card with their Sword of Fire and Ice and kill our Snapcaster, but it would provoke them to lose their Null Rod. I actually think I think we're gonna skip our next turn. So you don't actually see this happen too much, but yeah, I think this is correct. If they don't let Null Rod die, it's fine. Like, then nothing happens. They get to draw a card, and we don't get to draw a card. It's fine. I think they're going to let this Null Rod go. Alright, they don't let the Null Rod go. That's fine. It took 2 damage. It's, like, not irrelevant either. So they get to draw an extra card, and then we get to make our play. I'm going to keep my Time Vault. Like, I'm going to let these two go and keep the Time Vault. And we have a Demonic Tutor for our Fragmentize. We have chances to win here. Yeah, I had a very good league off stream, and my Tinkers were quite powerful. So here, it's unfortunate I can't get this Tolarian down. I could get this Tolarian down, actually. That might just be better. Yeah, let's just pay for everything and get my Tolarian into play. I think that's actually fine. So maybe untapping Time Vault was greedy. Oh, I'm a huge advocate. I think Tinker helps in all the right places. Huh. That's incredibly strong. So we're gonna Time Walk here. Let's attack first, actually. I shouldn't have played this Academy. I should have attacked and then played the Academy. I think Tinker is incredible. Oh, what the hell? Fine. Yeah, I'm 100% okay with that. We're gonna Time Walk. And then we're probably going to win the game. Seeing as this Yogg-Will has gotta be like the most insane thing ever. So I'm going to Demonic for a Fragmentize, and then I'm going to Yogg-Will. We're going to win. So I'm going, oh yeah, I can't play around Trap. I could play around Trap. by waiting. I can just take an extra turn and play around trap, actually. Let's do that. Let's just take an extra turn and play around trap. No, they can hardcast trap. Ugh, it's so frustrating. Never mind. No, there are like 4 or 5 flex slots in PO. I think that's not exactly. I have played Thirst. I think Whisper is a lot better. I forgot that they can play Hardcast Trap here, so there's really no reason to wait. So I'm still going to Yagwell. 4 or 5 is a lot in Vintage, actually. Our opponent asked how we untapped it. And I told them that we skipped our turn. So now we get to Demonic Tutor for Key. We have Time Walk and all kinds of goodies. So that was pretty dope. Alright. Please excuse my eating on stream again. I just don't seem to have enough time in the day, so they kind of overlap sometimes. That's a good start. GG's, man. Thanks for the match. You got an interesting deck. What's going on with your deck? Is it like a blue-white Eldrazi thing, or what's happening? We didn't really get to see too much of it. Stoneblade Eldrazi. Cool.